Hello, and welcome back.
So, I've had some physical developments. I've either caught a disease somehow, hikikomori that I am, my allergies are acting up, or it's radon poisoning. Every day I learn some new garbage about US housing. So if I sound stuffy or cough or whatever, I saw we. Anyways.
As always, I have a link tree to my Ko-fi and Redbubble in the description below if you like what I do and or want my art in your things. Here's an example, if that tickles your fancy. You can like, you can comment, you can subscribe. More importantly, the people of Palestine can use our aid in the face of the genocidal Zionist occupation. Beyond Israel's general atrocities, the peoples of Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo could also use our support. And on a United States level, the fascist Republican Party is undermining human rights and ruining the country in the name of profit. I have a link tree with various options to offer support linked in the description below. If you have any aid organizations you regard highly, please leave a comment and I'll take a look. But for now, it's showtime!
Let's continue with the heart-to-heart process. Today we'll be starting here in the refugee camp. Formerly the temporary home for the Colony 6 survivors, is now home to the survivors of the Hyentia. Here's some of them. Right, folks?
Hey.
Alchemoth was in complete chaos when we fled. The Imperial Guard protected us. One by one, they transformed into Telethia. There are even some who turned while inside the evac ships. Our ship also crashed. I'm so lucky just to be alive. Hey, kiddo. My daddy left me and went somewhere. I think they did love me because I was a bad girl. But my new big sister is nice. I like living here. It's Reyn time, baby! What's on Reyn's mind? Can I tell you something? When I heard you called Juju kid, it made me smile. It did? I thought you were gonna shout at me or something. No, actually, when you got angry at Juju, it reminded me of Gatto. That's why it made me smile. Ah, so it's about Gatto. Hey, between me and Gatto, who would win in a fight? Gatto, of course. Oh, great. That's really nice of you, Charla. He's the best shot on Bionis. He'd snipe you before you had time to tie your shoelace. Come on, Charla. In a straight-up fight, no one could beat me. True. A punch from you would send anyone to the A&E for a week. Anyway, who's going to start a fight with the mighty Reyn? There is someone, kinda. Someone I've never won a fight against. You don't mean Shulk? Not Shulk. Shulk would never take me on. You're probably right. He's too puny to beat you. There was this one time, though, we got into a scuffle. He ain't got my size or build, but his jab is quick and powerful. I see. Sounds like a good tactic for Shulk. A clever fighter always uses his head to defeat an opponent. Hey, I can use my head in a fight. Just not always my brain. You might not be the quickest thinker, but you act decisively. Right? I'm no sharpshooter like Gatto, but I've got my own style. You can look to me when you're in a jam, Charla. I'll be there. I know you will. I won't forget. I know. A girl beat you up. Alright, I admit it. It's Fiora. I don't stand a chance against her. It's been years of humiliation. I'd start winning and she'd cry and run off to Dunban. I can guess how that turned out. I used to give Gatto what for too, actually. he always gave in. All guys that soft on girls. All you need to know is this. Girls always win, Reyn. Always. But it's easier when the guy's as kind as you or Gatto. Me? Kind? I mean, thanks. That's, the first time anyone's called me that. You sure? Reyn, I'm complimenting you here. Shut up and be grateful. Got it. This feels like a fight with Fiora. Let's quit while we're ahead. I'll take that as a good sign, Reyn. You better, because we'll probably have a few more like this. You, by a whisker. I knew it! Me all the way, baby! Yeah, that thick head of yours could withstand anything. Thick head? Oi! What? Did I say something wrong? I was joking, Reyn. Don't be so serious all the time. But you said it's only because of my thick head. That's one reason. I didn't say it was the only reason. Then what else have I got? Give me a second. I know this one. Let me think. There's that, but no. Hang on. Okay, very funny. I get it. Sorry, Reyn. Why is it you can never think of these things when you need to? Charla, are you so old you're losing your memory? Huh? What was that? You say something? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing. I'll tell you what. If it comes back to me, I'll let you know. But I want to know now. Don't be such a baby, Reyn. You have dignified qualities. Dignified qualities? What do you mean by that? Come on, Charla, tell it to me straight. How can I put this? You're like a father figure. A father figure? Yeah, and I thought maybe you'd be Juju's father one day. Like, where does this come from? Where does this come from? You could get this immediately after obtaining Charla. She was engaged to Gatto. I don't understand where this comes from. It annoys me so much. Hang on. If I'm Juju's dad, that'd make Charla my daughter. And that ain't right at all. Wait, you didn't believe me, did you? Gotcha. What? No, of course not. Nice one. You make me laugh, Reyn. You're so red in the face, I could swear you and Gatto are related. Really? I guess that almost sounds like a compliment. I like chatting with you, Reyn, and I'm glad I met you as well. Sure, me too, Charla. Over here by these other two Hyentia, we have one more to do. Heir to the Monado. Something up, Dunban? Losing your home is a painful experience and not lightly forgotten. The people of Colony 6 have had a rough time of it. Exactly. And we could have lost our homes to the Mekon just as easily. If it wasn't for you, me, I was as useful as a wolf cub. My ego needs no massaging. That ain't what I meant. We look up to you, Dunban. You're a bona fide hero. Just think of all that stuff you did at the Battle of Sword Valley. Some hero, but I appreciate the sentiment. I think you're getting things a bit mixed up, though. I didn't save Colony 9 when the Mekon attacked. Shulk did. Yeah, he sure did. I'll never forget that day as long as I live. Shulk wielding the Monado. sent shivers down my spine. Yeah, he took to the cursed sword like flies to a brog. Ain't fair. I want to use it too. Reyn, do you not realize what happens to that sword's wielder? No, what do you mean? Anyone who takes up that sword is likely to end up like me. I only have one usable arm now. Are you ready to deal with such devastating consequences? Well, I don't know. I understand more than most. I too am envious of Shulk. I would be lying if I told you otherwise. Dunman, The Monado can only be used by Shulk. But there are things that only we are able to do. Really? What can I do that no one else can? Think of Shulk as the sword and yourself as the shield. And I'm... got it. I can be Shulk's trusty steed. That's a weird thing to say. Yeah, right. What was I thinking? But I'm still happy I told you that. A problem shared is a problem halved. I knew I could talk to you, Dunman. Thanks. Made me wish I could use it. The feel of the Monado is unlike any other sword. I know that more than anyone. It is the true sword of a hero. No, that's not what I meant. I think about your arm and about everything Shulk's been through. If I could stand in Shulk's place right now, I would, in a second. Such loyalty is to be admired. I don't get it. I mean, Reyn, that your closeness to Shulk is a good thing. Never let that friendship die. Why so serious all of a sudden? You're not wrong, though. Me and Shulk are good friends. Best friends. Still, there's no point in thinking about what-ifs. The sword chooses its wielder. Maybe it was even lying in wait for him to come along. The time has passed for anyone but him to wield that sword. Yeah, I guess you're right. If you ask me, the current situation isn't too bad. And Shulk knows all too well how much you care about him. Although he might not say it out loud. I guess. Well, if Shulk is the sword, I'll just have to be his shield. Now you're thinking along the right lines. It's all about how we support him. It's interesting how those are basically the exact same conversations. It's just that Reyn is more aware of things in that other iteration. If it wasn't for Shulk... Indeed. Shulk taking the Monado in hand was a decisive moment. If he hadn't done that, we would probably have lost everything. It's a miracle that the Monado was in the colony at all. If it hadn't been, our homes would no doubt be piles of rubble now. Just like Colony 6. When I think of those walking piles of scrap ruining our homes, it makes my blood boil. I find it hard to imagine living here in such danger, as Charlotte did. Revenge kept her going. A natural reaction to such events, but can that be her only reason? Beats me. I just know that I'd be full of rage if it had been Colony 9. I suspect there's more to it. You see, Charla had orders to protect Juju and the others. And there was that gentleman. You mean Gatto, yeah. She's been waiting for him to return ever since we set out. That's what has kept her going. Not revenge. I guess we really ain't alike, Charla and me. Cut yourself some slack. I think the two of you are quite well suited to each other. Me and Charla? What are you talking about? Anyway, why don't you help out with Colony 6's reconstruction? Not a bad idea. They could do with another helping hand. Hope kept her going. Hope? That is a rare thing amongst us Halms of late. Charla has looked after that camp waiting for Gado to return. That's what kept her going. The hope of rebuilding the colony together with him.
You may be right. Sounds like you know a lot about Charla.
She's strong, that woman. Stronger than I'll ever be.
She's more fragile than she looks. It doesn't take much to break her will. But you could be the one to pick her back up again.
What? Me? Now you're just talking crazy, Dunban.
I just have a feeling about you. Just keep that thought in mind.
Changing the subject. Why don't you help out with Quality 6's reconstruction? They could do with a helping hand from a genuine hero.
When you put it that way, how can I refuse? Let's get to it, Reyn. It's kind of the same with that one. Those two paths are largely the same, just Reyn is more aware of what's happening. How interesting. And because there's so many of these suckers to do, I'll be doing a third this time. Let's jump over to Makna Forest by the Agni Tablet. For most of the heart-to-hearts, their English titles are generally direct-ish translations of the original Japanese titles. There are some that have been notably changed, however, and Fallen Brethren is one of them. In Japanese, it's Kyoshin ni Kaeta Monotachi e, for those returned to the Bionis. Something bothering you, Melia? Forgive me, Shulk. I'm not myself today. That's okay. Hey, look at this. Check out this massive plant. The flora in this region really are something else. The people back home will never believe the stories. They are quite amazing, yes. Sorry, Melia. I guess you find this stuff kind of boring. It's not that. Really, it isn't. In fact, I think I feel a little better already, listening to you. Oh good, you do like plants. I have to say that's not exactly what I meant. Well, if you say so. You're not going to ask me what is wrong? If you've cheered up, then I guess I don't need to know. Besides, I'm not too good at knowing when to ask and when to keep quiet. I can tell. But it's all right. You've turned the gloomy cloud over my head into sunshine. Just being here with you is enough for me. Thank you. Are you okay? I'm worried. You can talk to me if you want to, I mean. All right. Before we all met, it was at this spot I lost 4 of my brethren. Oh, I didn't realize. It was at Dahlia, right? Yes. The 4 men had been my shield since I was a little girl. They were kind and considerate. And my friends. How I miss them. It sounds like you were close. Fighting for your life was a part of who they were, though. Yes, I know that now. But I shall never forget their sacrifice. It will stay with me for as long as I live. What's wrong? It happened before I met you. In this spot, my 4 protectors laid down their lives for me. Really? I didn't know. Was it when you fought the Dahlia? Yes, until that day, the 4 of them accompanied me everywhere. They were true friends to me. I grieve for them deeply. I bet you got on their nerves. What the fuck? What the hell, Shulk? How can you say such a thing? I was the perfect companion.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I forgot you're way more grown up than someone like me. You think I'm grown up? It is possible I troubled them by acting beyond my years. I found it hard hidden away in that stuffy imperial villa. Cooped up in there, I can imagine. But I'm sure they cared for you deeply, Melia. Don't feel bad. I know they did. And their sacrifice to save me will not be forgotten. That I promise. I shall remember them forever. They sound like great people. They were indeed. I spent the bulk of my life hidden away in the Imperial Villa. They took care of me for all that time. You must have been close. It's sad to lose people like that. Shulk, will you help me? I want to give them a proper sending off. Of course. We'll do it together, you and me. Thank you, Shulk. My fallen brethren, I promise to live my life to the fullest. Look over me as I journey on.
On the Sidequest side of things, let's check in with Werner. I can feel my voice going. I can feel it. I'm definitely going to have to take a break from recording until this is over with. Werner, an immigrant from Colony 9. I invited him over back in episode 26. His first quest, a Gutsy trader, became available at that time, but I opted to hold off on doing it back then. That's because his second quest, a Dauntless trader, only becomes available after the Makna's Core events. And the reason I didn't do it immediately after Makna's Core is because it requires a 3.5-star area affinity with Colony 6. And if you've been following along, you know that that's proven especially difficult for some reason. But enough philosophy. Let's rock.
Hello. Do you know that Shulks? Oh right, you have something to say before I can get your quest. I thought as much. So, you're the ones who've been helping him out recently. He seems to be carving out a nice living as a jack of all trades. I sometimes think I should have gone into his line of work. Probably just by sense of rivalry. I love a bit of competition, me.
Merchant duo. Neat.
Hello. Psst. You guys. Wanna make some money? Hear me out. This is a dead cert.
A dead cert. Okay.
Tell here upon Lychee. Tell.
Indeed. Let us hear some more.
Don't worry. It's nothing dodgy. I've got a plan that'll make me the most famous bloke in the colony. But there's something I need before I make it all happen. Wanna know what? Werner's specialty, of course. Selling ether crystals just isn't going to get me where I want to go. But Werner's got a sharp eye for the next big hit, don't you worry. See this flower garden, right? Well, the butterflies love it. They love those flowers, and more come every day now. That's where my plan comes in. They'll be my specialty. So you guys in or out?
I see you've thought this through. It seems to be legitimate.
Of course it is. You won't have to worry about me. I guarantee it.
Well, your reputation in Colony 9 precedes you, Werner.
That was a long time ago. Don't you worry about that. I'm on the cusp of greatness here. I won't let you down. I'll need a few things to start making up my special products. I need Flier wings and Flier straws.
Werner wants to use the many butterflies in the flower garden to make a special product. Collect items for him to make his Colony 6 specialty. Collect 6 Flier wings from the Fliers in Colony 6, and collect 7 Flier straws from Fliers on the bonus leg.
Now you're talking. Right then, let's get to work, my new business partners. Easy peasy. Here, I'll take care of it. I trust you won't go back on your word. I shall assist you. Ricky, no break promise. Dun dun, follow Ricky. Oh. I'm not feeling great. I'm feeling poorly. The first material needed for this quest, Flier wings, are fairly easy. They can be farmed from Colony and Climate Flyers around Colony 6. You can find them fairly easily during the day around Washpoint Junction. There are also Atmos Flyers in the colony. At Hope Farm before Makna's Core, which, you know, is currently under siege, and at the Pod Depot afterwards. Don't bother with these, they can't drop the material you need. Of course, you can also trade for these with 3 of the immigrants. Shilks offers them as an initial trade item. Alexei starts offering them at 2 stars. And Rosemary offers them as her overtrade item at 700G.
Hi there.
The second material is somewhat obnoxious, however. Flyer straws have no trade option, so you need to farm flyers on the boss leg for the blasted things. Fine flyers on Gower Plain are probably the easiest option here. You can certainly run all over the area to hunt these suckers, as you can see in the mini-map. Look at that, look at that! But you can easily just fast travel to the Jabos Rock Rest area landmark over and over again to farm the ones nearby. There are also cloud flyers at the Sky Stage, Villiera Hill, and Believer's Paradise. Of course, one annoyance with the ones near the Jabos Rock Rest area is that they can fly pretty high, which means that you sometimes need to use less damaging arts to get them down. Let's go back to Believer's Paradise. These suckers are lower to the ground. Easier to kill. Oh, it's raining. These guys are here now. Oh, well that was lucky. As you can see, flyers don't spawn. Flying things, in general, don't spawn during rain. Except for these suckers. Which are technically flying, I guess? Who could say, really? Okay, Werner. Don't you run from me!
Hello.
I knew you'd come through for trusty Werner. Now I can make my butterfly biscuits and my... Well, I suppose I should tell you. My butterfly ribbons. Told you it was embarrassing. I don't think you ever did, actually. I don't think you ever told me it was embarrassing. I don't know what you're talking about. You're a little weird, Werner. They'll make a great tie-in product to go with biscuits, eh? Oh God. Watch this space, fellow believers. They'll be the next big thing. Yay, yay, happy. Ricky, really happy. Done, Ricky. I must try harder so you don't outshine me. Heropon versus Herohom. Who will win? This time next year, I'll be a millionaire. Right, I've got a lot of work to do. Why do you have the concept of millionaires? This is technically post-apocalyptic. How would you have the concept of millionaires? Oh, quest completed. Werner has started selling butterfly products. Will they take Colony 6 by storm, though? And with that done, he moves over to his little shop front and winds up remaining active for a lot longer than he was over by the flower gardens. After completing a Gutsy trader, if you speak with Matriona,
Me.
there's a trader who uses butterflies to sell his wares. I don't trust him. Do you? What was his name again? Werner, I think.
Me.
Using butterflies for profit is like cruelty to insects. What if they become extinct off the back of him lining his pocket? You think he'll take responsibility? I don't.
That's a way to think about it. I don't even know what he's doing. I think he's just theming them around butterflies. I don't know what even causes them to go away. Mistrust. Since Ricky has already maxed out his affinity with Dunban, I'm switching in Shulk. Because otherwise, Dunban is just soaking up affinity points that could be put to other people.
Hello.
Hey, you lot. How's business? Things aren't going so well here. Business has really gone downhill. The butterfly's just up and left, so I can't shift any of my biscuits. Biscuits. Whoa, this is crisis, yes? If they're in trouble, then let's work together to help them out. Okay, but Shulk, no get careless. Hereupon Ricky, always careful. I've got boxes and boxes of them sitting here going stale. But I won't let it get me down. You're looking at the new Werner. I've got a brilliant plan. I was walking through town the other day when I heard something. I heard about a Nopon who knows how to get the butterflies back. I'm hoping you lot can kind of team up with him to help me. If Ricky no Nopon Werner see, Ricky's friends not need to look far. But Ricky not that Nopon. So you lot don't know them either. Well, someone in this colony must know them. What you think then? Can I count on some help?
The famous butterflies of Colony 6 seem to have left. Find a way to entice them back. There are rumors that Nopon might know how to accomplish this task. I don't see how this is preventing you from selling biscuits. But okay. Consult Nopon residents in Colony 6 about how to bring back the butterflies.
I knew you wouldn't let down your old friend Werner. Start by asking any of the Nopon that have come to the colony. I didn't pay proper attention when I eavesdropped, so it's up to you lot then. Easy peasy. Hereupon take care of it. It looks like I should keep out of this. No, Melia. Melia has to help us. Ricky no feel like working hard without Melia.
All right. So we've actually got two routes that we can do for this quest. The A route is the guaranteed option. It's offered by Noparik, who needs to be registered in the affinity chart for this quest to become available. The B route becomes available if you've already invited Norara from Frontier Village before accepting this quest. Let's start with Noparik's version. Right, Noparik? You wacky fool.
You wants to call the butterflies back to the colony? If you wills do what I asks, I cans call them back for you.
Why do you talk this way? No one else talks this way.
I needs for you to bring me 10 death lychees. Worry not, they be necessary to call back the butterflies.
All right. Oh, I already had enough. Neat. Death lychees are a prison island collectible with no trade options. How Noparik knows about these is anyone's guess. I suppose he lived in Alchemoth for a while after being abducted by McCrish, but that still doesn't explain how he knows about fruit that only appear in a restricted area. I'm probably thinking too much into this. They probably grow elsewhere in Earthsea, but video game mechanics mean they only appear for Prison Island. Thanks to the quest tracking system, these can be found pretty easily if you don't already have enough, like I did.
Have you brought them? Wow, I has never seen so many. Death lychees be so sweet and juicy they are to die for. That be why we call them so. I guess you wants to know why the butterflies be back. Well, they came back as soon as I did my butterfly dance. I just wanted to eat some death lychees. They be my favorite. You can go and tell Werner the butterflies be all back.
All right, buddy. You and your esoteric Nopon knowledge. Werner, a magical Nopon has fixed things for you.
Hello.
Hey, have you seen them? The butterflies are back. I mean, it's raining right now, so probably not. Just who is that Nopon?
They danced a funny dance, and they came fluttering on back. Yay, yay, happy! Ricky really happy. How adorable. It's because of them my business is back and the place looks brighter. Thanks, you've done more for me than anyone's ever done. The butterflies are back thanks to Noparik's dance. Werner can sell his goods once more. Auto heal up 5, fall defense 4, and terrain defense 4. Extremely niche gems. Extremely. Let's see what Norara's thoughts on this are. Thoughts on this situation is now. Yes, cool, great. Norara missed butterflies fluttering around Colony Flower Garden. But Norara know a good way to get them to come back. Make some butterfly food with Mystic Dahlia and they will return. Grab some Mystic Dahlia and Norara make butterfly food. Then butterflies flutter back in swarms. And we already have enough Mystic Dahlias. Mystic Dahlias are an Alchemoth collectible. With the fall of the capital, that's certainly a more difficult task to undertake now. There were 2 trade options for these. Galdo, one of the Night Guards in the Great Hall, who offers them at 3 stars, and Heckin Scarlin, who offered them as his overtrade item for 7,680 G. Of course, after Makaw's core, Galdo is dead, and Scarlin no longer offers Mystic Dahlias after relocating to Sartorial Marsh. Luckily, only 5 are needed for this route, and you very easily could have collected enough already, like I did. Yay! Friends get Mystic Dahlia? Then let's cook some food up. Ta-da! This only my first time trying to make butterfly food, but hopefully butterflies will return soon and make everyone happy. Doparino. Nice job, everybody. We are the best. The greatest, the brightest stars on the planet. Werner. Hey, have you seen them? The butterflies are back. Yay, yay, happy! Ricky really happy. Yeah, we got it all sorted. I have to give that Nopon a butterfly ribbon as thanks. It's because of them my business is back and the place looks brighter. Thanks, you've done more for me than anyone's ever done. Rock on, Werner. The butterflies are back thanks to Norara's insight. Werner can sell his goods once more. And the same rewards. Dope. Speaking to Matriona after finishing a Dauntless trader.
Me.
I now know Werner is looking after all those butterflies well. I now know Werner is looking after all those butterflies well. I wasn't happy when I heard he was using them as a sales tool, but my main concern was him cooking them into his biscuits. I guess it was pretty silly of me to think he'd cook the butterflies.
Me.
Have you seen? He puts butterfly ribbons on his butterfly biscuits. It's so cute. I hope he treats his butterflies as well as he does his biscuits. Butterfly fans. An affinity link that I won't be able to do because Perrine is here and not Mephi, is that if we talk to Werner between certain periods of time, he'll mention Mephi as an old friend.
And that'll be all for today. Thank you for watching, and just watch out for one another. And take care of yourselves.